Now, one of Germany's biggest arms manufacturers has confirmed the purchase of 50 Leopard 1 tanks from a Belgian company. The tanks are old and will now be refurbished in Germany. They're expected to be sent to Ukraine to strengthen supplies at the front line. Now, Germany faced criticism early in the war between Ukraine and Russia for being too slow in its supply of arms to Ukraine. But Berlin has since ramped up its support, supplying the first of these Leopard tanks, battle tanks to Ukraine in March this year. Let's get more on this from DW correspondent Julia Saudelli. Julia, do we know if the government has now confirmed the purchase of these tanks?
Well, what we've heard this morning is that the arms manufacturer Rheinmetall confirmed this purchase after some articles appeared on some broadsheets here in Germany, but also abroad. And Rheinmetall has confirmed the purchase of 50 tanks from a Belgian company. These tanks will then be refurbished in Germany and are meant to be delivered to Ukraine. Now, these tanks were previously part of the Belgian military's weapons stock until they were decommissioned in 2014 and then bought by the company that then sold them further to Rheinmetall. Rheinmetall has said that the tanks are being paid for by the German government in its efforts to assist and support Ukraine with weapons. What we've heard from the German government so far is that they don't confirm their direct involvement in this specific deal, but they have said that they do have an ongoing contract with Rheinmetall to deliver weapons to Ukraine.
OK, so these tanks now need to be refurbished. I mean, do we know when we can expect to see these tanks in use yet?
Well, we know that the tanks are really in quite a bad shape. They have not been used for many years, so there is going to be a lot of work necessary to make them operational. We know that some of them are in such bad shape that they can only be used for parts. That's why out of the 50 tanks that have been purchased, it is likely that only 30 are then going to be delivered to Ukraine. And we've heard from the company, from the owner of the company that sold these tanks to Rheinmetall, that he expects them to be operational on the field within 6 months. But this timeline has not been confirmed by Rheinmetall itself, so we don't really know how long it will take for the refurbishment. Now, these tanks are quite old. The Leopard 1 is the older version of the Leopard 2 tank, which is currently in use by the German army, for example. And most of the Leopard 1 tanks have been decommissioned by the countries whose armies had been using them in the past.
DW's Julia Saudelli following that story for us. Thank you so much.